That tasted good. And mind you, what is today? But it is a hump day. Yet another hump day. I'll say it, and I say it again and again. But time is really flying by, and there's some important things coming up right down the road. We're only about 100 days out, maybe 99, and we have got to get on the stick. As you know, Harris, Vice President Harris, Lion Harris, Crooked Harris. You see, it's Crooked Harris out on the road. Yeah. She's been out on the road, changing her platform, trying to re-image herself, or reimagine herself, despite there being tons of footage out there to the contrary. Once again, she is on record as saying she is against fracking. She is all for the open borders. She's all for 100% electric cars. She's for no bail, letting criminals out. She has been out there on the stump trying to say that she was down in tunnels down on the border when she was a prosecutor in California, arresting those big drug lords and stuff. She's so full of crap. She's full of crap. But evidently, she's out there trying to turn it around and saying that she was never against fracking. Baloney. So we got to keep on this. We got to keep getting the word out that what she's doing is lying. She's trying to change the image, change the platform, in order to, of course, to win. And then she'll turn it back around. So she said, Trump says he's for border control, border patrol, border security. But he doesn't. He talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk, is what she said. She's such a dummy. Such a dummy. But word's getting out. She's kind of peeking on those polls right now. But now, I think things will start to level off, and we should see the polls begin to adjust and correct themselves. Hopefully. So, as I said, it is Wednesday. We talked about on Sunday. On the podcast we discussed the whole thing with the Google search suggestions. Of course, they've corrected that. And here's what irritates me: is they always like to say, "Oh, it was an error, it was a glitch," and of course we know it was intentional because it only affects every single time. It only affects conservatives. You don't ever hear a liberal thing being taken off or taken down or oh, I'm sorry, we accidentally took down your thing. No, it only affects conservative posts. We know that. What's his face from Facebook? I'm drawing a blank on his name. That dude. Why can't I think of his name right now? It'll come to me. I did hear at least him compliment President Trump when he got up and did the fist. So I give credit where credit is due. He said it was one of the baddest things he ever saw. So, see there? I don't know why I can't think of his name. Who cares? We don't need his name. We know who he is. President Trump is going to go back and rally in Pennsylvania today. Okay? And I'm sure everybody's tracking that. So, after you watch this, you can watch his rally. All right? And of course, this will be out there for you. The assassin. I watched some of the testimony yesterday with the deputy director, and I will say that he at least gave better answers than the one that just resigned, Cheadle. He didn't give everything we wanted, but at least he gave some honest answers, starting with the opening comments, where he did admit a complete and utter failure for not securing that rooftop. And he even went over there, climbed on the roof himself, laid down, looked at the vantage points, and looked at the little obstruction and all that kind of stuff. So I will give him that. However, he stopped short of, he hasn't fired anybody yet. Nobody seems to know who the leader was on the ground. His name is mysteriously hidden. But, yeah. And we hear that they turned down drone support and that kind of thing. He did raise his voice and got in a pissing match with Senator Hawley. They were going at it pretty good. So what else is going on? We learned that from the FBI guy that apparently they have found some social media accounts from this kid. For some reason they can't crack him. What is this? They can't crack him. Come on, we got the smartest people on the planet. They can't crack it. And they said he had numerous posts, if they confirm that it was him, anti-Semitic and some political stuff and anti-immigration. I think they're trying to twist the tables a little bit because the guy wasn't pro-Trump, obviously. Yeah, I think there's a backstory. And then back to the rooftop. We now have learned that it was 90 minutes out when this kid was noticed doing some suspicious stuff. And here's what kills me. You can talk about all the lack of communication with radios and internet outages and cell phone, text messages, radios. But here's what gets me. You could walk across the field and tap a Secret Service agent on the shoulder and say something. So why these folks didn't resort to just talking old school, I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes you wonder what the hell's going on. So anyway, President Trump has a new ad out that's attacking Harris on all her lies. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I love yellow school buses. I love yellow school buses. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus? Oh, my. Oh, and what enormous news do we have here? What happened yesterday? And you can blame this administration for being weak and not supporting Israel. We know that Prime Minister Netanyahu came here the other day, had a meeting with crooked Biden and Harris, and they were both weak. And Harris came out and tried to say this, you need to end this thing now. And what it showed was a bit of a fracture in the relationship between the U.S. and Israel. And that's all they need to make it. They're taking advantage of a weak U.S., and then they attacked Israel right away while he was here. He went down and met Trump. Trump gave him full support, of course. And guess what happened yesterday? A senior Hamas leader was taken out in Tehran, Iran. Now, they have not yet confirmed that it was done by Israel, but I suspect so. Meanwhile, that Hezbollah leader was also taken out. So, 2 terrorists taken out, goody-goody gumdrops. Now, everybody heard about Operation Sleestack the other day. Operation Sleestack 1.0, an amazing operation, but I have some incredible news today because the pace in which we are working and all of the things going on in the world, Operation Black Widow has concluded, effective immediately. But what I do have to report is that Operation Tango 24, Operation T24, is now getting an extension. And by extension, it's now become Operation T24 Steadfast. Okay, I've been talking about us remaining steadfast. It is very important that we get steadfast operation moving along. And the two go hand in hand. So, one operation, Operation T24, Operation T24 Steadfast, okay? Operation Sleestack 1.0. They are well underway. So you know it, I know it, the American people know it. Stay tuned for more amazing things happening this week. This is an extremely busy week. Lots going on around the world. Lots going on with the Trump campaign. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. And remember what I said. Get out there and vote. Make sure you get your absentee ballot or your mail-in ballot if necessary. Otherwise, be prepared to be there in person. And did you see that Kerry Lake did win the primary to go against that other Democrat in Arizona? And there's a whole mess of other down-ballot candidates out there, a couple in Pennsylvania, and we are monitoring. We must win. We must fight, fight, fight. You know it, I know it, the American people know it. Screw James by the Bulger Wheel. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.